Hey family and friends, and even those that I might not know that might see this video, how you doing? This is Charles Russell. I'm just driving back from Georgia. I've loved driving for the most part because I get a chance to allow my heart, mind, body, and my soul to air out of some things that might be pressing me, and to really look at things for what they are, and then allow things in that are helpful, so that I can prepare myself for when I get back. And one of the things that I was looking at was the word desire. That you can desire something, and that's great. You know, like you desire to be married, you can get married. You desire to have money, you can get money. You desire to sing a song with Michael Jackson. Somebody might be like, well, Michael Jackson's dead. I mean, they do holograms. I'm just saying. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you could have the desire to do many things, you know? But there are laws to the things that we desire. And so my experience was that I had an experience with money where a lot of money has come through my hand, and a lot of money has gone, paying bills, doing different things, whatever have you. And I was like, whoa, hold on, this thing came through my hand and then it's gone. And I look back at some of the things that it took care of was very meaningful. And then some of the things that it went to, and I was like, I could have did something different with that, you know. I could have saved that, or I could have did this, that, and the other. And I was like, you know what? That's when it hit me as I was driving that, you know, you could have the desire for whatever you want to have. $1 million. You could want to marry Oprah. I don't know. Hey, who knows? A lot of things can happen, man. But the laws that govern them is very important. And I'm not telling you to desire a married woman or a married man, and you know, because I mean they under a certain law, so you might be in trouble. You know, you might be subject to the law that they're governed by. So be careful of that. So I start to look at this word desire and start to realize that I could desire anything and have it. Then I start to look at the rules of engagement of it, or the laws of it. And I realized that if you don't learn the laws, and for myself, learning the laws or having a preparation of a point to what you desire is more important than having that desire. It is a waste to have what you desire and not have the preparation or the principles or the laws or the rules of engagement in place. I mean, I've seen people have loads of money. I mean, loads of money. You hear what I'm saying? You know, like loads of it, millions and millions of dollars. Like companies that I didn't even know they had. Like, I went to their office one day and I seen a company on the truck. I was like, that's your company? It was like, yeah. I'm like, dang, they got companies that I didn't even know they have. So they, you know, they had multiple streams of income. You know what I'm saying? And just like with them and some other people that I know, when they died, they had nothing. They had nothing. And I've realized it's not just that you know, we say the saying, and I get it, you know, you can't take nothing with you when you die. I get that, I do. But I'm talking about not just having the desire to have something, get it, and it just becomes something that it just becomes your misery now. To have money and then you're miserable because it's all gone. You know what I'm saying? To be married and then you get a divorce and it's all gone. You know, to have whatever it is, to have a business, to want something that is, you know, important, and then it's all gone. I really been looking at, and I'm gonna continue to apply principles. Learn the laws and the principles of what you desire. You want marriage? Learn the laws and the principles to marriage. I've been married twice. So you could be married as much. I got family members been married probably 4 or 5 times. Learn the laws to this thing. And do your very best, especially if it's a person, to find out if they know the laws to this thing. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a thing, in a sense, you just need to really apply those principles on them. But I just wanted to point this out, man, because it's frustrating to have whatsoever you want. You know, this law of attraction, as we would call it, or meditating on stuff, that's all good. And what's so funny is, after you get what you want, and then it's gone or destroyed or whatever, we tend to go back to the law of attraction. We tend to go back to the meditation and say, okay, well, maybe I didn't meditate right, or maybe I didn't. No, you did it right. You did it right. You got it. You did it right because you got the manifestation of what you was looking for. It's the principles. It is the principles that makes this thing more important than just a desire. It is the principles behind it. I read the Bible a lot that talks about God and how he created man and all of this. And then also how he redeemed man. So it wasn't so much just the importance of making man, but more importantly, the preparation or the principles of understanding man. And understanding how I'm going to redeem a nation. How am I going to get what I started back? How I'm going to gather my people. How am I going to... You understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is important. This is more important than just desire. Desire, man, can become exhaustion. That you can get what you want. I used to be a little player. Yeah, that's me. I used to be a little player. And I used to be desiring women, get next to them, find out they married. I'm like, damn, okay, I ain't really trying to go with no married girl. But it taught me that you can have whatever you want, but there's laws to it. So there's laws to it. So the law on that, desiring that woman, and she was married, she didn't want to leave her husband, neither did she want to play around. But what was appealing to her was something about me, my jokes or whatever it was that is appealing. But the closer you get to your desire, the more you're going to need the principle. And if the rules don't apply, it will be gone. And so we really got to get to this place where we, not just y'all, but I'm in my own heart right now, we can't keep losing, man. We can't keep getting money and losing it. Yeah, you're going to spend some money. You ain't going to keep the exact same money, But I mean, I think about when the money truck come and it pick up, as we would call it in the hood, dead presidents. It pick up the money from these cashier stores, these all these places, convenience stores, banks, wherever have you that money is, and then they bring it back. Now, one saying is that they burn it or whatever, but my point is this right here. They're coming to that store and getting the money back that they put in the economy. Whatever they do with it, that's their choice. What system do we have in place as individuals? Not just corporately right now, because we can't bring something together and it be a mess. But what system do we have in place? I know I'm putting a system in place to understand the principles of the things I desire. That may seem difficult. There may be things out there that don't teach you that all day long. There are a million things that teach you the law of attraction. A million things that teach you all kind of stuff. But to harness what you need, that's more important, man. Or what you desire is more important. And so I just want to encourage y'all, man. Don't just keep exhausting yourself. Don't just keep going out there and getting what it is you want, man, and be ready to just die. When this country went down in 2008, per se, 2007, 2008, market crash, there were people right in my town. Come home, realize they lost their job, killed their family, children and everything, killed themselves. Multiple stories that went across the news. The man killed his family, then jumped out the second floor onto and just broke his neck. Or came home, shot his whole family up, and then killed himself. The very gun that he was protecting his family with, he killed them with. You know, and then he shot his own self. You know, or children or mothers coming home and killing their whole family. Whatever it be, it was just so many stories between 2007 and about 2009. I mean, just right in the backyard, man. You know, and it's because we haven't learned to harness things. We haven't learned to understand. That person probably been on that job for 20 years. And then here it is, they lost their job. They lost their job. It's a sad cause. And I'm not saying that the employer shouldn't pay them more or whatever. We get into so many different logistics of how that could have been better. But the one thing that I know is that we need to start learning the principles and laws of the things we desire. Because if we don't, man, we're going to be miserable. We're going to be disgusted. We are going to be out of whack. Some of us going to kill ourselves. I'm just keeping it real. It's already happened, and ain't nothing that I'm speaking. It's just the reality of how this thing go. So, learn the principles, man. Find out, what do I do with 10 grand? Not just corporately. Corporately, you can find a million things to invest 10 grand into. Look at your life and the desire you have for 10 grand, or desire you have for marriage, or desire you have for business, or desire you have for whatever. Look at the laws that govern what you desiring. And really dig deep. If you don't know them right now, then be careful what you desire, man, because it could destroy you. It could destroy you as an individual, because we're constantly getting what we want without principle, without balance, without understanding, without wisdom, without knowledge. So anyway, again, this Charles Russell, I just had to put it out there. Sorry for all the emotion, if that's what you got from me, and just really looking at that on this drive, man.